Today I would like to explain how to crack seat in Iit Jee Mains and Advanced 2025. So here is the 20 chapters of chemistry. It is the this subject is very important and very easy to score 40 out of 45 out of 45. There are 20 chapters. Among 20 chapters, there are we are classifying into three types: physical chemistry, organic chemistry, and inorganic chemistry. And physical chemistry consists of 8 chapters, like some basic concepts in chemistry, atomic structure, chemical bonding and molecular structure, chemical thermodynamics, solutions, equilibrium, redox reactions and electrochemistry, and chemical kinetics. So this is the 1 to 8 belongs to the physical chemistry, and 9 to 14, those are the organic chemistry. Inorganic chemistry starts with the classification of elements and periodicity in properties, and S block and P block elements, and D and F block elements, and coordination compounds. That is about inorganic chemistry. That means without carbon, we are forming various types of structures, compositions, solutions, applications we are performing without carbon. With carbon, we are performing various concepts, chemicals, reactions, solutions, substances, applications. With the combination carbon, we are performing 13 to 20. This is about organic chemistry. It starts with the purification and the characterization of organic compounds, some basic principles of organic chemistry, hydrocarbons, organic compounds containing halogens, organic compounds containing oxygen, organic compounds containing nitrogen, biomolecules, how it is useful for the society and for human being, principles related to practical chemistry. So, first of all, you need to know the general definition of chemistry is the structure or substance that studies the composition, means we are combining one or two elements. The structure, that is depends upon the valence electrons presented in the orbitals. Then properties, that means characteristics of the elements, and changes of matter, including the interactions and reactions between the different substances, different compositions, different solutions, is nothing but chemistry. There are a total of 118 elements so far, according to Antoine Lavoisier. In the 18th century, he has given the modern definition of chemistry, and so far we have identified 118 elements in the periodic table. That periodic table, it is symbolic representation of how to we are dividing elements based upon the properties, characteristics, and their behavior. It starts ranging from hydrogen, first element, to agonism, that is the last element, 118. So far they have confirmed the elements. So the modern chemistry, the father of chemistry, we can call it as Antoine Lavoisier. Keep in mind, an 18th century is a French chemist. So why should I study this chemistry in the real time environment? Suppose we are drinking the water. What are the contaminants are there? What are the PFAS? What are the pollutants are presented in the groundwater? And what are the pollutants presented in the wastewater and industry water and soil and plastics and heavy metals? Likewise, there are plenty of PFAS pollutants we are finding by using this chemistry. So broadly, we are classifying this chemistry into three types: organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, and physical chemistry. Organic chemistry says that, so with the combination of carbon and containing compounds and chemicals and their characteristics and behavior and properties and reactions and solutions and structure with combination of carbon, that is called organic chemistry. Inorganic chemistry is nothing but there is no carbon, and we are forming various types of compounds, solutions, reactions, and the study of inorganic compounds which typically do not contain any carbon in the hydrogen bonds. That is called inorganic chemistry. And physical chemistry says that in the real-time environment where we are using this physical chemistry, how do we are deals with the physical principles and physical principles and structures and prime elements underlying chemical reactions and properties characteristics of matter. That is called physical chemistry. And leveragingly we are classified into 8 types among three broadly 3 types and totally 8 types. And analytical chemistry, right now I am working in the University of Newcastle. They are giving different types of data sets. That data set contains heavy water, groundwater, soil, plastics, heavy metals, and we are using various tools and techniques and methods for analyzing substances to determine their composition and concentration. That is called analytical chemistry. Biochemistry is nothing but the study of chemical process within the related to living organisms. That is called biochemistry. Environmental chemistry is nothing but the study of chemical processes occurring in the environment and the effects of human activities on these processes. That is called environmental chemistry. And industrial chemistry is nothing but the branch that applies chemical processes to the manufacturing of products on a large scale, especially in industry. So that is we are solving wastewater industry water.
ఇందాక స్లైడ్ పెట్టు డాడీ.
ఏదే దిస్ వన్
ఇందా
నువ్వు నాకు నువ్వు విను, బాగా వినిన తర్వాత నాకు చెప్పు, నేను వింటాను. ఓకేనా?
సెకండ్ది నెక్స్ట్
ఇదేనా? Okay, now environmental chemistry, right now I am using in this University of Newcastle, how I am using this groundwater, normal water, soil, plastics, heavy metals in the crop yields. There are many PFAS and pollutants and various contaminants. How do we identify those contaminants? By using various latest techniques like artificial intelligence techniques, machine learning techniques, deep learning techniques. That work I am doing right now as a data scientist. Then coming to industrial chemistry, it is a branch that applies chemical processes to the manufacturing of products on a large scale. That is called industrial chemistry. See, in industry, they are releasing wastewater. In that wastewater, there are many pollutants, there are many contaminants, there are many PFAS. How do we can identify and we can those PFAS and pollutants are harmful for the human being. So we need to identify and rectify the solutions. Then the last one is a theoretical chemistry. So here we are using this chemistry mathematical models. Mathematical models is nothing but simplified version of the reality and simulations to understand chemical behavior and predict chemical phenomenon. That is called theoretical chemistry. With this one, fundamental concepts is over. Now coming to chemistry, the periodic table is a symbolic representation. The way the scientist has been organized based on their atomic number, electronic configuration and recurring chemical properties or characteristics. So it is a structured in rows. Usually we can call it as a periods, and columns we usually call it as a group or families with elements in the same group having similar properties. That means same group of elements having similar behavior in the nature. If you take group 1 elements, group 2 elements, group 3, group 4, for each group elements having a similar behavior. If you see, there are number of 8 groups of elements are there, and lanthanoid series is there, actinoid series is there. So this table, how easily you can remember? I can remember 20 elements. Likewise, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen. Okay, neon, sodium, chlorine, like fluorine,
నీ
uh,
ఎందుకా?
like that 20 elements I used to remember in my 8th class and ninth class standards. There are various groups like
రెడ్
non-metals.
ఎల్లో మొత్తం వచ్చు.
Okay. Non-metals and metals we are classifying. S block elements are a spherical shape, and P block elements are a dumbbell shape, and D block elements are a double dumbbell shape, and S block element, I mean F, last one is SPDF. F block elements are very complex in the nature. There are transition elements, we can call it as we are excluding eighth group, and some elements near the dashed staircase, like sometimes called metalloids. Noble gases are also called as inert gases. Like a periodic table, we are arranging of elements organized by increasing atomic number, based on the increasing the atomic number and electronic configuration and recurring chemical properties with elements in the same column, that means group, exhibiting similar behavior in the nature. Then so we are breaking into sections like how do we can remember very easily of this 118 confirmed elements according to Antoine Lavoisier. We are dividing into sections like groups are also called as a columns, and rows are also called as a periods. So these columns usually elements in the same group have a similar properties, and periods like elements in the same period having increasing atomic numbers are called periods. And blocks, we have SPDF blocks. We are dividing into four blocks. S blocks are spherical shape, P blocks are dumbbell shape, D block are double dumbbell shape, and F block are complex based on electronic configurations. So there are focus on mastering each section separately, like S block elements. Which elements we can call it as S block elements? Group 1, that is called alkali metals, and alkaline earth metals and plus hydrogen and helium. These group elements are called S block elements. And P block elements are, the shape is dumbbell shape, and groups are 13 to 18 including non-metals, metalloids, and some metals. D block elements, how easily we can remember? Transition metals. Group 3 to 12 element, groups 3 to 12. Then F block, D block are double dumbbell shape and transition metals, and F block elements are very complex in the nature in the periodic table. Those are the lanthanides and anthonides, we can use to call it as. Then why we are using mnemonics? M silent here. Mnemonics is nothing but how easily we can recognize the chemical and elements of the periodic table. It is devices to remember the elements in important groups, like group 1 alkali metals like Lena K, Roops, CS feet. That is a shortcut of how to remember the group 1 elements like Lena K, Roops, CS feet. Lithium Li, sodium Na, potassium K, rubidium Rb, cesium S, and francium Fr. So that is a shortcut from group 1 elements, alkali metals we can remember. Lena K, Roops, CS feet. Then group 17 elements we used to call it as a halogens. Like the shortcut is freaky clowns brought ice apples. That is the shortcut form. Freaky clones brought ice apples. Fluorine F, chlorine Cl, bromine Br, iodine I, acetine At. This is the way we can use mnemonics, means symbolic representation of each element. Then visualize the color coding. We are using color coding in the periodic table so that we can easily identify the different elements categories, like which metals are related to, and which are the elements are non-metals, which are the noble gases. Noble gases are also called as inert gases, transition metals, etc. Colors help in visually grouping elements and enhancing memory retention. Then group similar elements like chemical properties such as noble gases like helium, neon, argon, etc. That is called colorless. Those noble gases are also called as inert gases. Transition metals like known for forming colorful compounds. Then memorize key trends like understanding the trends, atomic radius, ionization energy, electronegativity, makes recognizing element position very easily. Then learn element symbols and names like sodium Na, potassium K. So with this one theory part is close. Now very important questions like what is the chemical, see, what is the chemical laughing gas and how is it used in the society? Laughing gas formula is a N2O, that is called a nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide is used as an anesthetic in dentistry. Suppose the doctor is performing any operation on the teeth, so he is giving anesthetic injection so that teeth won't give any root canal, you won't feel any pain or anything. So in that case we are using nitrous oxide N2O. Surgery due to its sedative, you won't feel any pain and all, and pain relieving properties, having a laughing gas. What is laughing gas? N2O, that is N2O is a nitrous oxide. Then what gases are commonly used for cooking? Kitchen gas. And why are they safe to use? LPG. LPG stands for cooking gas, like liquefied petroleum gas, mainly composed of propane. The formula is C3H8, and butane C4H10. These two are cooking gases we are using in the home. It is used for cooking because it burns cleanly and producing minimal pollutants when used safely. That's why give examples for cooking gas. You can say there are propane and butane. Propane C3H8 and butane C4H10. Then what are PFAS and why are they considered harmful to the environment? Right now in the University of Newcastle I am doing PFAS, identifying PFAS in groundwater, soil, heavy metals, plastics, and dirty water, heavy water, industry dirty water, and crop yield. What type of PFAS and contaminants are presented in that data set? So PFAS is nothing but per and polyfluoroalkyl substances. Keep in mind, these are the advanced concepts of chemistry, real time, or persistent environmental pollutants that accumulate in water, especially soil and human bodies, causing potential health risks like cancer and immune dysfunction. Because of this PFAS, we are getting diseases like cancer and immune dysfunction. That's why we need to whenever we are drinking the water and we are using soil and human bodies, there are many pollutants are presented. Those pollutants we used to call as a PFAS. Then the fourth concept is what are the see, in the periodic table there are various types of risks to human health, like what are the toxic elements and non-toxic elements you need to know in the periodic table. Toxic elements like lead is a toxic element, Pb. Mercury is a toxic element, Hg. Cadmium, Cd, it is a toxic element. And arsenic are harmful because they can use neurological, kidney and cardiovascular, means heart damage when ingested or inhaled. Those are the toxic elements in the real time environment. Which elements are
next slide the
which elements are considered non-toxic and are commonly found in everyday items? Non-toxic elements like carbon is a non-toxic element, hydrogen, oxygen, and you can call it as nitrogen or non-toxic and from the form the basis of organic
slide
life
bit
and are found in water, air and most living organisms, called non-toxic elements. How do
next slide bit
how do
Chandra sir.
greenhouse gases contribute to climate change? Greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane CH4 and water vapor H2O trap heat in the Earth's atmosphere, leading to global warming and climate change. Then seventh one is what contaminants are found in drinking water and how do they affect health? So contaminants like arsenic, lead and nitrite in drinking water. ఏం
నీకు ఒక
బా
విషయం చెప్పేదా?
ఆ,
ఇటీరా చూపి మీ నాన్న. నీకు
ఏమైంది?
ఒక విషయం చెప్పేదా?
ఆ,
ఆ వాసు ఏమయ్యాడో ఫోన్ చేయాలి కదా మనము.
ఉండు
వస్తున్నాడంట,
చేస్తా.
చెప్పాడు నాకు.
నేను వస్తూనే ఉన్నాడట.
ఆ,
ఇంకెప్పుడు వస్తాడంట? ఎప్పుడు ఫోన్ చేయాలి?
ఆ?
రెస్ట్ లేదా? లేచినప్పటి నుంచి పని చేసుకుంటూ
నెక్స్ట్
ఉండాలి.
స్లైడ్ పెట్టి ఇది చదివేసా. నెక్స్ట్ స్లైడ్
చెప్పు నువ్వే.
పెట్టు.
చదివినావు కదా, చెప్పు నాకు, ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయి. వాట్ కన్
క్వశ్చన్స్ పెట్టు.
చెప్పు, ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయి నాకు.
ఆహా, చదివా. నెక్స్ట్ స్లైడ్ పెట్టు. నెక్స్ట్
Toxic gases like sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, CO, nitrogen oxide are released during industrial processes and their emissions are controlled through and scrubbers, filters and regulations. Why is carbon monoxide is considering a dangerous gas in harm?
స్లైడ్ పెట్టు. చదివే అది చదివే.
చెప్పగలుగుతావా? నాకు చెప్పాలా. హౌ డు we fertilize to environmental contamination and what is their chemical impact? Fertilizers contain nitrates, NO3 minus and phosphates PO4 3 minus, that when
నేనా?
overuse led to water contamination and eutrophication and causing dead zones in aquatic ecosystems.
నెక్స్ట్ స్లైడ్ పెట్టు.
How
నేను ఫాస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ చెప్పేస్తా.
How does understanding the periodic table help in predicting
నెక్స్ట్
element
స్లైడ్ పెట్టు.
behavior?
పెట్టు చదివా కింద దాకా.
Electronegativity and ionization energy and atomic radius. రేయ్, మీ అమ్మని తట్టేస్తానని చెప్పరా, నువ్వు చేసుకోమని చెప్ప పని. క్లాస్ చెప్పుకుంటా అంటే అంతా డిస్టర్బెన్స్ చేస్తుంది. Why is the mole concept critical in chemical reaction? Tell me, what is the mole concept? The mole concept provides a bridge between atomic scale reactions and measurable quantities, allowing accurate calculations of reactants and products in chemical reaction. How does this thermodynamics impact energy efficiency in the real world systems? The second law of thermodynamics states the energy tends to disperse, making perfect energy conversion impossible, which impacts the efficiency of energy, batteries, and other systems. What role does chemical bonding play in determining the physical properties of substances? The type of chemical bonding like ionic bond, covalent bond, and metallic bond determines the substances, melting points, substitutions. Okay. Substances, the type of chemical bonding. Why is the hello Saket? So why is the understanding of redox reactions essential in environmental chemistry? Redox reaction.
చూడు ఆటో వస్తుంది. వెళ్ళి తీసుకొని
ఎప్పుడు పడితే అప్పుడా?
ఏది నాన్న? వాసు బయలుదేరి ఎంతసేపు ఇంటికాడికి రాలేదు ఇంకా వాడు.
రాలే ఇంకా.
సరే విను.
నువ్వు క్వశ్చన్స్ పెట్టు. నాకు అవంతా వద్దు, డైరెక్ట్ చెప్పేస్తా ఆన్సర్లు.
చెప్పు. సో వాట్ ఈస్
నాకు
ద
క్వశ్చన్స్ పెట్టి త్వరగా.
సెకండ్
నేను ఇంకెప్పుడు కావాలి సార్ టపాసులు పోయి అంత
సరే
ఉన్నా
సరే
చెప్పేసి వస్తా.
సరే అయిపోయిందిలే. మరి మా పొద్దునకి 5 గంటలు లేయి, నేను స్టాప్ చేస్తున్నా.